this moment is so intense that they think I can change my life in this moment. And the books, the teaching, makes it. There is so big things who can bring people to change their life. And this is the first thing, got to know in every moment we can change our life.
So welcome. We are here with Felix van Frieden at the Bonfin. In fact, not just at the Bonfin, but in the garden of the Master. His house is right here behind, or in front of us, in fact. Who is Felix van Frieden?
This is nice. So, for my best explanation, I am a soul incarnated to work. And I always felt I have to work. And from my young time, I always felt I have too less time. And right now, when I remember this time, it is because I didn't find the work I have to do. And so I spent time, but at the day, when the day was over, I felt I have done nothing. So I thought I have too less time. And I made a lot of experiences in very different kinds. And I always thought, when does the work start? And right now, I'm thinking I'm preparing. But I'm more, I see the work more than I did in my whole life before. And one big moment was when I was the first time in Bonfin. And the second big moment was when I was the first time in Vidlinata, the center in Swiss. And this all was in 1 year, 2020. And when I saw this place and after I saw Vidlinata, my first impression was, this is the Garden Eden in small. And I have to do some work to support this idea, at least. The idea from Maître Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, and this is not the idea from Maître Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, but he was one who really go into the idea and was a really light worker. So he's my biggest idol in this. And for me, it's like Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, Peter Dönhoff, Jesus Christ. And these three are so big role models. And it's so logic that we connect to them and follow them and learn from them and try to work on us that we become more and more like them.
You're very enthusiastic. I can hear how you compare the Bonfin and the Garden of Eden. What would you tell your friends when you returned to Germany? Where had you been? How would you communicate to them your experiences in Vidlinata or at the Bonfin?
Actually, it was very interesting because 2020 was the time of Corona. And I had some different opinion on this whole theme, like my friends. And our whole life changed. My business career changed completely. My friendship changed completely. So we got thrown out of every old systems we were in and completely got into the new one. So this is for me a magic moment, complete. And 3 to 4 months we were really lost because we lost every old thing. I lost all my jobs. I was self-employed and I got a lot of companies I worked for and all fired me. And then someone tells lies about me in television and not television and newspaper and social media and stuff. And all my friends who got the mainstream narrative aren't my friends anymore. And so we were completely alone. Our families had the same opinion, though they were with us. And then when I got to the Bonfin, I thought, yeah, this is it. This is it. And I felt I come home. And when I go back, to be true, I directly made a video and talk about YouTube, about the buffer. So 2020, I decided to be completely honest. And to be completely honest, not for me, so also in the internet, for the public. So I just decided I talk about what's happening, and I remember I took my iPhone, walked to the buffer. I got a license to film here because it's not allowed for everybody, and I got a license to film here. I made a movie about buffer directly, because directly I got the idea, or not the idea, I got the, I have to talk about this in the public. So Miri and me, my girlfriend, we just made a movie about the buffer, and I just talked about the buffer, and I said what I said you. I said here, I'm thinking this is the Garden Eden. This is a work, this result of a work of a big master, of a big work of so many people, and we have to, I'm from Germany, we have to bring this to Germany.
Well, what marked me most is when you said, I want to be completely honest. So you started developing a career, or a YouTuber career, talking about the teaching, but now you're doing something different. Tell us a little bit what you're doing, or how that shifted over the last 4 years.
Yeah. When I started this, I want to be completely honest, 4 months after I started, I got to know the teaching. And then I make a lot of interviews with spiritual teachers in Germany, and people who work about consciousness, and also very different themes. But what they all have in common is they want to bring humanity to the next level, or to a better life, to more love, to more power, and that everyone fulfill his whole potential and fulfill his work he got to do. So this is what they have in common. And then when I see more places and Vidlinata and see more brothers and sisters, once I decided I have to talk about the teaching. And 1.5 years, this was really my biggest task, to spread the teaching of Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov on social media. And what I did is I had some money on my bank, and I spent all the money, and I got sometimes some money here. Felix, you can have this or this, but I worked for free the time, and I was very naive. So I thought it will happen. I was it will be happen. It will be work. It will work somehow, and then the money gets less and less, and I do not check the bank account all the time. So when I was 22 in Boffe, then I was in the reception, and then I got the bill, 2,000 euros. And I thought, oh, 2,000 euros, it's a lot. I do not think about that, because I do not think about money in this time. Then I go to check my bank account, online banking, and I thought, oh, no 2,000 euros on it. And then I saw, got 2 little children. I got a apartment in Germany here in my car, and I even cannot pay this 2,000 euros. But there was, so my mindset was the money, and I had the idea money is bad, and bad people have money, and so on, and it's not okay to have money. And then a few weeks later, I wake up in the night by a friend, and I just asked the universe, like the Constance I asked the universe in the night, and I said, please, how can I handle this theme with the money? Please give me an answer. And I go to his library. He got very, very much books. And I say to the universe, I just take one book. Please answer me. How can I handle the money? And I choose the book, and I pick one side. And then I saw, oh, money. I was very thankful. Yes, I got hurt. And then this was very interesting what on this page was. It's a page actually really, really special. And then they stand here with the money. It's a very interesting thing, because there are some people on earth who do things that are not good for them and not good for others. So they live their personality, like Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov would say. And when they have more money, they have more possibilities, more energy to do more of these things. And from a high perspective, this is not good for themselves and not good for the others, not good for their karma. So it's not good for everybody to have a lot of money because they have a lot of responsibility. And then I said, okay, this is good, this is nice. But then on the second side, there are some people who work on themselves, who work on their consciousness, who work on their personality, and who want to be wise and who want to work the best they can with their own possibility and their own responsibility, I mean. And if these people have more money, they can do very beautiful things for themselves, for their family, for their friends, and for the community. And then it made click, and I thought, yeah, it's completely different. It is what consciousness do you have? Mm-hmm. Does the money control you, or do you use the money for doing great things? And then I was free of these sentences like money is bad. I thought, no, money is neutral, but it's the people who do good things or bad things. And it's like a loop. It brings it bigger or smaller. And then I thought, okay, no problem, I can make money. So I decided to do it. And then I made, right now, to make the story short, I have a marketing agency. And we help therapists and doctors and coaches who really want to bring, to help humanity, to make their work visible, and to make that the people who they can help see them and know how they can book them, so they can have the help they really need. So yeah, and I really enjoy this work. And then, by time to time, when I talk to my audience on YouTube, I mention the teaching by Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, and we had a group in Germany who organizes meetings. This is not my main topic at the moment, but I still have it in mind, and I still have the feeling that everybody should know there is Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, there is the teaching, and if they feel it, they can go into it, they can read the books, they can go to brotherhoods. But everybody has to know this exists. And this is, for me, this is marketing. Marketing is so, I know some people have bad ideas of marketing, but for me, marketing is if someone has something that can help others. Everybody who need this, or everybody who helps this idea or this work or product has to know this exists. This is at least marketing. And then comes sales. How can we get it? So this is marketing and sales, two very big topics. And this is like in the marketing language we call funnel. How gets something to a person who do not have an idea what is it, and then if he is interested or she is interested, how can he get it? And I really like this idea because we got some forces in the world who make it perfect, but they spread ideas who are not bringing humanity to light and to love. For example, we got Hollywood movies, they spend 200 million euros and there's only violence. And this is very big marketing machinery and sales machinery. When you get out of the movie and you think, oh, I feel sick, and you have pictures in your mind and you have dialogues in your mind. And these are not dialogues who bring light and love in yourself. So I think we got professional marketing and professional sales processes for lightful things.
Fascinating. Let me see if I understood, and I'll try to summarize your view on money. If I got it right, you see money as a means, and that the essential thing with money is the purpose you put behind for why you want to obtain money and for how you're going to spend it, for what purpose.
Yes.
Is that a fair summary?
Yeah.
And marketing is not so much about missionary work, but simply to make information on the master and on the teaching available,
Yes.
so that people hear about it and can then choose to look for further information or to say, this is not for me,
No problem.
I go my own way. Is that fair?
Yes.
Is that a fair summary?
That's very fair. And I see it because how I get to the teaching. Miri, my girlfriend, saw an advertising in a biological prospect. And it's very little advertising of one book of Master Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov. And then she thought, wow, symbols and colors, I have to buy it. And she bought the book because of this little advertising. And then she bought more books and more books and more books. And then I read the true teaching of Jesus Christ. And then I saw the picture of Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, and directly I was, finally I got it. Because since 2011 I was searching for this. So the idea, of course I'm not the only one who's searching for this. There are a lot of people who are searching for this. I searched from 2011 to 2018. And this little advertise brings us to our life. But these 7 years, could be easier. Because I was searching all the libraries. And I find books from channeling, I found the churches, and the Free Church, and all this stuff. Jesus Freaks, some group is called. But I never find the answer, because some talk about, sometimes it's like, they talk about Jesus, and then they channel things, but I do not know who's the channel medium. The channel medium has to be pure. Is the information correct? I don't know. So I can trust it or not, but it's nothing I can really feel. And then on the other side, there is the church, and they completely put out the reincarnation. But I think, no way. No reincarnation, I can't get it. And then I found the book by Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov. And then, what's so important, I saw him. And I saw that this is pure. He is really a master. So he's complete. So I can trust him. I can trust his words. And this was amazing. And of course, not directly, but when we got to know it, that there's a brotherhood, we directly went to. And then we saw, here are no young people, here are no families. What's going on? And then we directly decided, okay, when this is our way, we need families, we need young people. We need to make it big. And of course, in Germany, Austria, Swiss, 120 million people, we are not the only ones who are like prepared for this teaching. So directly in my mind was, we have to tell everybody that this teaching exists, and these people who are prepared to work with it, directly will see. And we did it, and we met at least 15 young people in the next years. Some are here right now, a lot of are here right now from them, and they get to meet us, they see the teaching, and they feel like, finally I find my family, finally I come home. And there are more, thousands of them, but they need the connection. They need to see the book the first time. They need to see the master the first time. Something they need to see, and this is the marketing. We need, for myself, it's so clear because we got all the technology. This is so easy. But what is not easy is the technology thing is easy. But what's not easy is to do it. What does it make with ourselves? That's a complicated thing. Because it's Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov lived from 1900 to 1986. And then there was like, the master is away. And now we are, I think, in the 3rd or 4th generation. And it will get bigger than it was in the 80s. And this is difficult. How we can manage it. But for me, we can be in peace because it will get managed. We are not alone. We are just here. We are humans. We are in the garden of Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov. We got help. But I got the idea, we have the big vision Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov gave us. The big vision of the golden age. And we remember, we think, okay, what can we do? What is the next step? What is our next step? And this is all. And we just go this next step. And the idea is, this is so beautiful because we are here for prenatal education. The souls who will come are prepared. This is not like everyone starts with zero. No, they are prepared. They help. It's not, oh, there come the people and we have to do this and this and this and this to them and it's a lot of work. No, they take the work. It's less work. More people, less work. More people who are prepared for this work. So we bring this big work on many shoulders. And maybe some people think, how can we handle it? How can we handle it? But it will handle itself. And I'm completely in trust that this is the way we can go. If we decide to open the teaching to the world and not hold it, because for me it is very clear the world needs the teaching. We are in a very dark age, and yesterday Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov said in the conference, this is terrible on earth. If you could see the earth like I do, this is terrible. So much pain, so much war and stuff unnecessary. Not necessary. Not necessary. Not necessary. And if
unnecessary suffering.
Okay, thank you. And if we got the clarity in our mind and we got the love in our heart, and then if we act, we can change all. And so I go to all of the conference yesterday. It was Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov said, "You got everything. No, you have to do it. You have to live it." And this is the moment right now. We have to live it. We have to do it. We have to give. For me, to get the teaching. And this Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov made it very nice because he worked for free. But it's not for free. Like we do not pay money, but we do pay with with energy, with enthusiasm. So when I got to know the teaching, I knew I have to give something back. I give no money back, but I give my energy for this. So always there is an exchange. And this is a big price because it changes lives. It changed my life.
You mentioned the teaching, and it's about living it. It's about embodying the teaching. It's about, you mentioned the master is the master, the role model. What is the hardest for you in the teaching that touches on so many things, from love to sexuality to nutrition to meditation to the structure of the human body to you name it? What's the most difficult for you at the moment to put into practice?
Mm-hmm. At least right now, in this moment, I'm really in peace. So sometimes you got these moments, yeah. When I first come here, this was a moment of peace, and now I'm here. This is another moment of peace. But in the time between, I got a lot of work, and this work was, we are brothers and sisters who have not the same opinion. We got all this material, all these teachings, but what is the next step? There are, I think, so many opinions like people in the brotherhood. And this is my biggest task. So my biggest task is, so I'm not very
patient.
I'm very patient. And I think the thing is clear. We have to spread this teaching all over the world. But I got to know some people do not have this opinion, and this is very difficult for me. Because I see the pain in the world, and I see my own pain as young Felix, and I see what I did, how I overcrossed the Gesetze, laws, the spiritual laws.
Yeah.
I overcrossed the spiritual laws, and I have to pay for it because I have no idea. I have no idea. I got in the school system, I saw the movies, I saw the rock stars, I saw the rap stars, and I take them as my role model. So, this is not good. I saw the church. I cannot connect Jesus Christ on the cross. I cannot connect. This is not what I think. Yeah, this is nice. Maybe Jesus in Rio de Janeiro, who is above. This is something I can connect to. But a guy who is dying at a cross everywhere, I think, what would you want for me? It's not attractive for young people as a role model. So this is very sad, because I spent years of my life for nothing, and even not for nothing, I made things I have to pay after for. So there's so much pain, and so many things people would not do if they had the light, if they could feel the love, and they could feel, hey, I'm not the only one, and this is not only one life. This is not like God makes us, I don't know, würfel.
Dice.
God dice, and some is healthy, some is sick, some is like this, some is like that. This is not the way. But if we think it is, then we can think, hey, this is all unfair, and we get angry and we destroy things. But if we have the light and we see, no, everything is here for a reason, then we can be, okay, there are some spiritual laws. Everything works on spiritual laws. And then we can, okay, we have to know the spiritual laws. How are they? And how can we use them? And how can we make the future better? This is so important. How can we make the future better? And this is why we are here. How can we make the future better? How we can invite the souls who come here like angel souls or wisdom souls. And every time I go out and I see pain and I see people who suffer or leiden, I don't know, leiden, who suffer.
Or in pain.
It's not, the most things are not necessary. And let's make the unnecessary pain, the unnecessary suffer, we can put away if we bring light and love, and we bring people to connect to the teaching.
So the flip side is, what has been the most wonderful element? I mean, you already touched on many of those things. But when you sort of think back now over the last 4 years since you first came, what are the most magnificent elements of the teaching? I mean, being your answer earlier that you are in peace, I mean, that's it. What bigger can there be?
Yeah.
But still, can you elaborate?
Also for me, it's like, I mentioned one thing, Miri and I, before the children came to us, we lived in Osnabrück, and we really lived in a very small apartment who is complete outside to the north. So like no sun. When the sun goes down, we got like this spit of sun in our house. And we lived there, and we watched to a parking area, just cars. Floor and hard floor and stone and cars. And then we lived there, and it's really like a ghetto. And we searching for the spiritual way. It was 1 year before we met the teaching. We found the first book. And then we saw, there are some spiritual people, and there are people who come here to work and bring light and love, and we live in this in this place with no light and so on. Where are the people? Where are the people? Where is it? So we always got the idea in us, there are people who bring love and light, and there is community. And we got no. When we go out, we saw like gangsters, and we saw only like meat döner stores and so on. And it was really ugly, because always was dirt, and when we go to town, no trees, no beautiful things. And then we asked us, where are the people? And after Miri found the book, and Miri started to read on YouTube, the livre, the books. And then the people found us, or found through Miri's work, found us, and then we make meetings, and then we met. And now, here at the moment are 24 German people. And of course, 200 from all over the country, but was there in our mind is, where are the German people? Because we want to connect on daily time. Of course, it's beautiful that here are people from all over the world. From Brazil, from Canada, and from France, and from Italy, and Spain, and Germany, and so on and so on. It's beautiful. But this was not in our mind at this time. This was, where are the people we can connect daily? So we really can, maybe we can live with them, we can work with them, and so on. And the beautiful thing about the teaching is, the teaching holds this together. Because we need an idea which is bigger than all of what we got. And I met some communities and so on, but if there is nothing like the teaching, not a really big idea. Because of course, when people come together, there gets discussions, and then they argue and so on. And when there's not a big idea, this group will split. But Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov and the teaching is the big idea. Work for the golden age. So we can say, hey, this idea is so big, and I am one worker. So sometimes I have to put myself a bit back for the group. And this is beautiful, because I have no idea how else can we bring the golden age if not together. But of course, sometimes, and this is also important, sometimes there are people who push others to get out of the comfort zone. Because humanity is, for the whole, is like relaxing in the comfort zone. Humanity likes to relax in the comfort zone. And when I hear to Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov, he always pushes us to go out of our comfort zone. And this is what we need right now.
Because that's how we progress, that's how we change, that's how we improve ourselves and the environment around us. You mentioned when you came first, you were a bit surprised that there weren't that many families, that many young people, besides young people like me, of course. Let's imagine you had some young people in front of you. What would you tell them? What's the most important message for them to take home, to think about, to leave a lasting impression on their lives? What message would you share with them?
It's like this. We always are on a point we can change our lives. And this idea is so big. Every day, every moment we can change our lives. And if this interview is heard by you at this moment, this is the moment. And it's like we can change our lives, and we can do things which changes others' lives. So we can bring other people in a moment where this moment is so intense that they think, I can change my life in this moment. And the books, the teaching, makes it. There is so big things we can bring people to change their life. And this is the first thing, got to know in every moment we can change our life. And then we decide, do we go the way we are on right now? And what's the direction? What will be the future if we continue like this? And if we continue like, who is our role model? Who is our friends? What do they think? What do they do? And if we see it, we are like a train. We go one direction and we can go to the future. Is this a future we want to live in? A lot of people are sick, are unhealthy. I think I heard a number, like 85% of the humanity is unhappy. And this is crazy. And we got a system, we got music industry, we got politics, we got media, we got NGOs, we got a lot of organizations who brings us in a certain way which is not full of light and full of love. So we have to think really clear, what am I thinking now? What am I feeling now? What am I doing now? And what will be the future if I do go on this path? And then we can think, hey, here is a different path. Everyone can choose. And you have to really, at least, you have to see Omraam Mikhaël Aïvanhov. You have to get in touch with the teaching. And then, if you see what's going on there, can you feel it? And for me, it's very easy. There exists the idea of Garden Eden is real. This idea, the paradise, is real. It can be manifested on the earth. And if this is real, there is no unnecessary pain, unnecessary suffer. There is really a life we are like humans with the body and the consciousness and love, like the spirit, like connected to the gods, to the angels. And if this can be real, what can we do to make it real? And if now a young person does listen to this, or you tell stories to a young person, I think it's so important that every young person is on this point to decide. Just to know there is this opportunity. You can all the time choose this way. All the time. And when you know it right now, maybe you are not ready right now, but you know when you are in pain, when you are in suffer, and when you don't know way out, you are in a dark hole, there is a light way can bring you out. And you know there's a book, there's a community, they give you the hand if you want, and then you can join, you can learn, you can read, you can work on yourself, and you can bring the light, the love in yourself, in your life, and you transform yourself. This possibility is always there. And I hope that the people know it and the people use it in the right moment. And then, I hope, better earlier than later. Because sometimes there happen things in life, we cannot fix them. We cannot fix them. Sometimes there are so big accidents, we cannot fix them. So, better we do it earlier than later.
I think on those good words, thank you very much, Felix van Frieden.
Thank you, Anatol. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure being here, being with you, being in this garden, and thankful.
And we'll put in the description below some of the resources that Felix mentioned, including some books such as What is a Spiritual Master? You talked about it. And I think a couple of others. Philosophy of Universality springs to mind, because that's really what you're sort of encompassing here, and a few other resources down there. Thank you very much, Felix.
Thank you, Anatol.